Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Dani, and if you are new here, I am a small business owner who sells stationery and gifts and accessories that are steeped in Caribbeanness, and I sell it on my shop online. I also have an Etsy as well. These videos are all about my progress as a founder, a creative founder at that, and a small business owner. So welcome. Anybody who's been here, who's been around the block, thank you for coming back. Thank you for spinning the block. Okay, so first I wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone who has been here. We have officially hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. We have officially reached 1,000 subscribers, and I just wanted to say thank you. I wanted to take the time to just say thank you to everybody who's been here, anyone who's been watching my channel, anyone who's watched me since like Etsy days, anybody who is even new here and just recent subscribers. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. It means a lot, and I'm excited to continue to build this community. Okay, and if you're not part of this community, you know what you can do. You can just hit that subscribe button. Okay, so for today's video, I actually want to do an unbox with me video because I just got some new stuff in, which I'm really excited about. And so in terms of my products, there's a lot that I do in-house. So for example, my greeting cards, my paper doll kits, there's a lot that I can do in-house or I can do locally. However, some of my other products that need to get manufactured, I am usually using a manufacturer overseas in China. And it's for things like, well, the first thing I'm going to show you guys are the air fresheners. I was like, wait, what? The air fresheners. And I usually do a small run of the air fresheners just as a sort of like extra that people can sort of add to their cart, or if I'm at the markets, I feel like it's like a nice thing that people tend to gravitate towards. But I usually just do like I said, a small batch because it's not necessarily the big product that I'm focusing on. And so this time around, I made some of my previous characters. So again, a lot of my characters are inspired by Caribbean foods, okay? But then I sort of give them their own personalities and sort of, you know, turn them into their own characters and their own people with their own minds. And so this one is Miss Mango. So I got Miss Mango, I got Miss Ting air freshener. She smells like new car. Mango smells like mango. I hope mango is a good scent. You can't really smell in here, and I did ask them for samples so that I can actually test the scents. This one is based on a Caribbean saying, bati and bench, which means like you and your friend are like best of friends. Y'all go together like. So this is Bati and Bench. And so I had designed a girl Bati and like two girls, feminine characters. But for this, I just decided to test out just the one set just to see. And I literally just based off of my greeting cards, because I have greeting cards that says you're the Bati to my bench or something like that. And the ones that have been most popular is this design, so I just went with this design in terms of figuring out who I wanted to use. And then where's the last guy? There, Patty and Cocoa Bread. I did Patty and Cocoa Bread again because that was one of the first ones that sold out. But I did the safe version. I had like a dance hall version where they're dancing. Ooh. Maybe your mama might not want to put that up in her cart. So I went with the safe version. Anyway, so those are the 4 designs. Actually, they did give me samples, thankfully. They gave me a lot of samples of the scents, which is great. A fun fact is that I actually am very sensitive to scent. So even just opening this up, I have a headache right here immediately. Like just immediately. So I don't wear perfumes and stuff like that. It makes me really sad. But then when customers are asking me about the scents, it's really hard to sort of navigate that when I, you know, again, want to sell this product, but then also I'm very sensitive to it. So that's why I asked the company for some samples. So at least that way, you know, I would still have access to like open a couple scents up and they can actually smell it themselves and get that real experience without me necessarily having to open my own product up. So ask for samples. You lose nothing. The worst they can say is no, but the best thing that they can say is yes, and you got what you asked for. Okay, so the next unboxing that we're gonna do is for my Croc charms. So again, I clearly do not have the capacity to make Croc charms at home myself. So I, again, went on Alibaba and found some suppliers to test it out. I have already done a couple runs of Croc charms in the past, and so I wanted to replenish some of the stock that had sold out and then also invest in some new designs. So the thing that I will comment on is just like giving yourself enough time for the back and forth and to get the designs right. Because I will say that for these, I probably started canvassing them in February. I think it was in February after Valentine's Day. I was finally ready to sort of get back to it. And it probably took us a month. And it's not that it takes an actual month, it's just the time difference. If they're messaging me in the morning, in their morning, but then it's my nighttime, or vice versa. It just took a while sometimes for the communication to go back and forth. And then also just the iterations. If they made a mistake or I wanted to tweak something, and then they have to make the mold again and then produce the thing and then get my okay, you know? It just was a lot of back and forth. And especially for, I think I did 8 designs. It just was a lot that sort of had to go on. So let's see how they came out. Yeah, so I just implore you to make sure that there's enough time, given that the process may take a while before you finally get the product. So let's see some of the designs. Now the first thing is, this is an old design, it's rice and peas. So it was the same design as before. This is rice and peas, can we see? Again, Jamaican staple. And also this was the biggest order that I had. Is this the biggest order? I think this is the biggest order that I've ever made. Every time in the past that I made these, I did something like, I think maybe the first time I did 25 and then the next time I did 50. And then this time I think I did 200. Just saying it out loud and pulling the plug felt super, super scary. But I'm glad that I did it, okay? So the next one is bun and cheese, okay? I know there's someone who follows me who, so this one, wait, let me see. Who likes bun and cheese? Okay, so that one is bun and cheese, and I'm actually gonna go upstairs and grab my original bun and cheese just to compare, because it feels slightly different. And I just want to make sure. One sec. I am back with the original and the new just to compare. I know they tried to match the colors. I was told initially that they keep the molds on file with this specific company. I was told that they keep the molds on file for 2 years, and then you had to get a new mold. But when I approached them again for this round, they still had the mold and it was fine. So I don't know. So yeah, the color is just a little bit different on this one. That's the only thing, but it still looks like cheese. Let's see. Can we see? Bun and cheese. Right? So next, we're gonna do, oh, this is a hot sauce. So my hot sauce, she sold out quick. So I am glad to finally have her back in stock. Oh, That's Miss Hot Sauce. Hot Steppa sauce, by the way. Get it together. Say her name correctly. Say it right. And then this is the new guy. Okay, here, finally a new one. A new one is Miss Ting Ting. Ting-a-ling-a-ling. There we go. That's Miss Ting. And I actually had a lot of people asking me for a Ting Croc charm, so now we have them. Next, we have, okay, this is Miss Milo. This is Miss Milo. Yeah, you know, I grew up drinking Milo, so it's very, very funny to see this and to have made a charm in her honor. They're mostly she's. Okay, this one is the star fruit. She actually is really pretty. Let's see, can you see this? I hope you can see this. That's Miss Starfruit. I'm trying to, let me, if I do like this so you can see her. That's Miss Starfruit. Yeah, she's really pretty to look at. I like the Starfruit. So that's one of the new ones as well. Okay, this is Miss Mango. You know, the thing that I am learning now that I've designed these is because they're so small, trying to be mindful of the details that you choose to include versus exclude, right? Like, it would have been really cool if we would have been able to get the shading that was on the original drawing, but it's okay. It's still, it's obviously still looks like a mango, but yeah, it's sort of like some of the details that were, you know, that I would include in like a sticker and are sort of lost because something is rendered so small, you know, just something to think of. And even down the road when I get into making like plush accessories, just specifically plush accessories, I'm sort of thinking about that as well. Like, how do you render things a little bit more minimally but still convey the gist of the idea, you know, at hand. So that was the first tub. Give me a second. Okay. In the second tub, we have, we're replenishing on the callaloo and boiled banana. Was it Miss Callaloo? Yeah, it is. Okay, this one was again dance hall themed, so she is having a time. Where is it? There we go. Right, callaloo, which is like a type, it's sort of like spinach. And then a steamed banana. Next, this one's new. And this is Red Stripe. Ooh. Red Stripe is the DJ, because again, like I said, in my brain, most of these people are at a dance hall. That was sort of the premise behind these characters. Okay, also new is Miss Aki. But like Aki the fruit. I did Aki and saltfish and dumpling before, but this is just Aki the fruit. Uh-oh. Can you see? Or no? Maybe too close. There you go. That's Miss Aki the fruit. So she has like sunglasses on and everything. I might do like a B-roll where you can see everything up close. Because I'm guessing whether or not y'all can see, and y'all clearly can't respond back to me. Next we have patty and cocoa bread. So that is patty and cocoa bread. But the problem for me with the patty is actually the color. The color was supposed to be a different yellow compared to the yellow that I have now. So I'm going to contact them about the patty and cocoa bread. It looks a little too orange. Like for the bun and cheese, it's cheese, so it's fine. But then for the patty, it needs to be more yellow. So I'm actually going to contact them. Now this is a new one, and this is jerk chicken, which technically I should have done the guy on the I should have done the guy on the other side and then the girl, you know, so it just like actually reads as jerk chicken. Now it reads as chicken jerk. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, there's like a small detail that I was thinking about later. This is new because I didn't have jerk chicken, which was crazy. So I wanted to design that character. Next we have Bati and Bench. Remember I spoke to y'all about Bati and Bench. This is Bati and Bench, the Croc charm. Which I think look really, really cool. Oh my god. This is hilarious. It's hilarious. I don't even know what to say. I'm so... Okay, oh. Now this, people have been asking me. It's the only one with a flag. I could have made some other ones with flags, or I could have made her without a flag, but I wanted her to sort of represent. But I made some doubles. Some Trinity doubles right there. But yeah, you know, I wanted to sort of broaden out what I had. Okay, sorry about that. My battery died, but that is it. I said 8 designs, so no, it was well more than, oh, you know what? It was 8 new designs and then some of the old ones, that's why. Anyways, yeah, that's why the back and forth ended up taking so long. I am going to try to go through these and do a quality review on them. Yeah, you know, overall, it's just really funny to sort of like look at this thing that you have created and it's actually physically here. I don't know, I feel like I never get tired of that feeling of having created something. And yeah, this week I hope to be able to document them. I have these blue Crocs that I bought specifically for the purpose of marketing these, so I'm excited to do that. One of the things that I've been noticing or thinking about is I have been really plugging away, especially on TikTok. I've been really plugging away using my Dani Tries a Ting name, even though I have the brand Soft Up Shop as its own TikTok account, its own Instagram account, its own Facebook page. And I think I really, really want to focus on pushing everything underneath that. In case that wasn't clear, what was happening was that when I first started on TikTok, it was all under Dani Tries a Ting. And then at some point last year, I was like, oh no, you know, I need my brand Soft Up Shop to actually have its own account. And, you know, whereas Instagram, you can still collaborate. So you can have both accounts, Dani Tries a Ting and Soft Up Shop, and they can collaborate on one piece of content and the content shows on both. So that was making it a lot easier for me, but TikTok, you can't do that. So I would like to actually focus more strongly on just building up that brand's social media presence and not necessarily like kill myself with content, because I know that content can get so overwhelming and feeling like you're sort of constantly on this rat race of, oh, you know, let me market so that people know these things exist. I just want to try to find creative ways to sort of market these specifically. They have done well in the past, and so I'm really excited to sort of like let people know that they exist. But it's like, I don't know, it's just hard. It's hard. it's hard, and it really is consistency. It really does boil down to consistently showing up. And I think you have to define for yourself what that means to you and what that looks like, what looks realistic to you in your world. I know for me, with having kids, which by the way, they were sick again last week. Okay. As much as I would like to show up, you know, for 3 to 4 times a week, it doesn't necessarily happen that way, right? Especially when you balance that plus like your email marketing, plus updating your website, etc., etc., etc. And this week I also got my first sort of wholesale order. It was like a bulk order. Basically, it was like a bulk order from another small business, and I honored the sort of wholesale price that I created specifically for her. It was for the Mother's Day greeting cards, which I'm so happy about. And I want to manifest that is the first of many wholesale orders. And I just love that, again, it was just sort of through her seeing my stuff through social media and just sort of constantly liking and supporting my stuff. And it's especially lovely to see love from another small business owner. Like it just means so much. And I honored a good price for her because I really wanted this, I don't know, I just want to pour more into collaborations. I think there are so many cool like small businesses and so many smaller brands that have great ideas and have so much potential, and so like combining forces when the opportunity presents itself feels like such an amazing opportunity. Yeah, and so for this particular situation, I think she was working on some Mother's Day baskets and wanted to include the cards as well. So, you know, I love it. I love it. Okay, I think that's all for me. I think I'm running out of time on this thing. I could literally see that up there. Thank you so much for being here. Like, subscribe, follow. If you can support and you want to go on my website, you can go to SoftUp Shop, www.softupshop.com. That's a great way to support, but if you're looking for the free way to support, that won't cost you nothing. Literally liking, subscribing, it means a lot. It goes a long way. And again, I just want to continue to be a source of inspiration, hopefully, for other small businesses that are also on this journey. I want us to help uplift each other. Okay? Okay. All right, guys.